Call of Duty's multiplayer and Warzone are on a path to becoming a desolate wasteland of servers due to Activision and Treyarch's refusal to listen to their community. The game is on a downward spiral, pushing creators and casuals away at an alarming rate, which will ultimately lead to its downfall. Before we continue with the video, I just want to let you guys know that I'm in no which way, shape, or form claiming to have more information than a dev, or that I know how to run a publishing studio, or that I have all the answers to Call of Duty's problems. The information that I'm providing to you in this video is information that I have researched myself on certain topics, or videos of content creators that I've watched who go into deep dives of their testing of certain issues that Call of Duty's had, or just through my own personal experiences while playing the game and giving you my thought process of what I believe is happening during that, or just more questions to these things that I don't have answers to. The purpose of this video is just to shed light on these major issues that are plaguing a game in hopes that it will eventually take a turn for the better. Now, one of these major issues, though, is COD's anti-cheat. Cheaters have plagued Call of Duty for a very long time, and as a new title releases every year, the problem has only rapidly increased. And Activision's kernel-level anti-cheat, Ricochet, has not been able to upkeep with the influx of cheaters every single year. What's striking about this clip is not the cheater themselves, as we already know what it looks like to have aimbot or walls, but it's for how long the cheater was allowed to do these certain actions. In this clip posted November 11th by content creator Exoghost, you can see how Ricochet fails to remove a player within the first few weeks of BO6's release. If you notice in the kill cam, the player's emblem is an emblem that you can only receive if you hit Prestige level 8. Now, remember what I told you. This is posted on November 11th. BO6 was released on October 25th. That means this cheater was allowed to terrorize others for weeks before Ricochet even stepped in to take action on the player. Now, who's to say that the player was actually banned? Following this clip, there was no other updates by Exoghost on whether or not the player was officially banned. But we all know, regardless of the fact if he was banned, that these cheaters have access to numerous accounts. And even if they didn't have those numerous accounts, the accounts were very, very easy to buy, as they are very cheap on certain websites. Quite frankly, this is disappointing. And as we all know, Activision is a billion-dollar company. Instead of using their wealth for a different approach to combat this cheating problem, they continue to rely on the same system that has failed them many times. This has caught the attention of a Riot Games developer whose anti-cheat is used in Valorant and is arguably one of the best anti-cheats that are currently on the market. Charlie Intel tweeted out, "A developer of Riot Games anti-cheat has shared his thoughts on Call of Duty's Ricochet." To summarize what the developer says, they believe that the over-reliance on AI systems is not fully addressing core problems that Activision has within its game. And instead of relying on data, a more effective approach might be to target the cheats directly. The developer also states they find it concerning that Activision forces console players to have crossplay enabled, and if they're going to continue with the functionality, that certain Windows security features should be at a level comparable to Xbox or PlayStation, which would help create a more fair and balanced playing field for those who care about the competitive integrity of the game. I want to emphasize the ending of this developer's tweet, as I agree wholeheartedly with what he's saying. No one expects cheating to be at zero. That is an unrealistic goal. Cheating is a multi-million-dollar industry, and if we're playing devil's advocate here, I can see why Activision sometimes has issues with trying to compete with this industry. You reach a certain level with your anti-cheat, and the industry ends up finding another way to go around that. Then you have to build up on it again, and it's always a constant tug of war. But when cheating becomes prevalent to the point where it heavily impacts top players and the competitive ecosystem, it's a sign that the current approach may need to be reconsidered. Now, if I'm Activision, I'm setting my ego aside and listening to one of the best anti-cheat developers that we currently have in the video gaming market, instead of gaslighting myself into believing that Ricochet is meeting expectations, which it's not. Now, that's not to say that Ricochet isn't working 100%. It's just working extremely slow, and it's not meeting what Call of Duty expected of it before BO6's launch. On October 18th, PC Games posted a blog in which Call of Duty says that we want to catch and remove cheaters within an hour of them being in their first match. Cheaters were able to complete around 10 multiplayer matches during weekend 1 before being removed. After tweaking our systems and deploying new detection methods for weekend 2, we cut that time in half to 5 matches. That timing achieved our time to action goal. In fact, 25% of all weekend 2 bans happened during the first match a cheater ever played. They then begin to celebrate, stating that they stopped over 12,000 confirmed cheating accounts before they ever saw the inside of a match during the beta. And for those of you who didn't know how bad cheating was in the beta, here's a clip tweeted out by content creator Modern Warzone, which was originally from content creator Futives on the first day of the Black Ops 6 beta. Now, I don't know about you, but COD seems to have set the bar for its anti-cheat extremely high to the point where it's out of its own reach. And to refer back to the Riot developer's tweet, when cheating has become so prevalent that it's affecting the top players within your ecosystem and your competitive modes within your game, it's time that something needs to change. And ranked right now is horrendous. Communication is key, but for Call of Duty to constantly post their numbers about the amount of bans that they've had within the past week or the past month, expecting the community to rejoice in these numbers is laughable at this point, especially knowing that those numbers aren't even a fraction of what makes the player base in Call of Duty's game. And knowing that regardless with the amount of accounts that are banned, X amount more will rise in their place. The day Ranked Play was released, the official Call of Duty account on X asked the question, who will be number 1 in Black Ops 6 Ranked Play? And to which the very next day, Nuke Squad member and content creator Santana posted a hacker. And well, he wasn't very far off, as the very same day that Call of Duty tweeted this post, competitive player and content creator Papu tweeted this out. Ranked in BO6 just came out today and cheaters already have the number 1 skin. 2 days after the release of Call of Duty's Ranked Play, Call of Duty then followed up with another tweet stating they identified and fixed a data outage that lowered the efficacy of AI systems. Once again, relying on a system that has not performed and met expectations. Content creator Courage JD responds, Ricochet is the biggest failure in recent Call of Duty history. It's insane. Now, it doesn't stop there, as 3 days later, Call of Duty posts another tweet saying AI systems continue to ramp up with code optimizations to accelerate enforcement. Over 19,000 Ranked Play bans since the mode launched. Mind you, this is November 25th. 5 days Ranked Play was infested with cheaters. And yes, they did ban 19,000 people. But to my point that I had before, it doesn't matter the amount that you ban if X amount of players are just going to remake accounts and start cheating once again. Mind you, they were talking about banning 12,000 players in the beta. Now they're talking about banning 19,000 players. They were gloating about how they were banning players within the first hour or the first matches that the cheater was on the game. But how long are we supposed to wait for this AI system to collect all this data before the anti-cheat becomes functional? Because even after this tweet, there's still a numerous amount of cheaters that are within Ranked Play, that are within Casual, that are within Warzone. You can find them on TikTok. You can find them on X. I mean, it's crazy the amount that there still is out there. So how fast is this anti-cheat actually working? I mean, look at all of these clips that I'm about to show you here.
Drop shotting with hacks is crazy.
Boys, I just played the #1 ranked player in Black Ops 6 rank play. Check out some of these clips.
Don't worry, they'll give us a little hope and then they'll turn it up.
Oh, yeah,
Halfway
he just
through.
turned that motherfucker on.
If I is cheating, then like.
I think our teammate might have pissed him off. Oh, my God, bro.
My.
Yo, hey, Activision, man, you know, you could ban a guy right now. He's literally #1 on the leaderboard. Just blatantly aim locked on me. You can do it.
You rocking CQB?
Hey?
Yeah.
Geez.
Fuck, he's cheating at kickoff.
Nah, this shit's got. No wonder he's #1. This shit is unreal. Oh my God, bro.
The cheating problem has been engraved in Call of Duty's history for so long that players are already expecting the worst for game modes that aren't even released yet. Ex-Call of Duty world champion and coach TP tweeted out, "Great day off with my girls. Happy Sunday. This week, we're gonna lock in and get hacked on multiplayer ranked and switch over to Warzone ranked and get hacked over there for the rest of the week." These are people that constantly play Call of Duty. Every single person in this video, whether it be through the clips or Twitter posts, are for majority of their time playing Call of Duty. And if your top 1% of players have this mindset about your game, can you only imagine what your casuals are thinking? I'm pretty sure 90% of casuals jump into a lobby with a cheater, recognize that that person is cheating, and immediately shut off their console or just jump to another game like Fortnite. We are caught in a never-ending cycle every single year where it's overhyped for the game, 1 month of dopamine, and utter disappointment right after. And every single year, more and more players begin to fall off from Call of Duty and start switching to other games, leaving more gaps in the player count that's actually playing their game. And yet Activision does nothing to change, knowing that this is going to happen every single time they don't keep their promises. This is the cycle that we're currently in, as Fortnite has just released an update which is causing players to doubt the longevity of Call of Duty and persuading them to switch games. Now, with all of this talk of Call of Duty's failure of anti-cheat bringing the game to its knees, there is one more issue that is causing massive outrage right now. As of late, the Warzone community has expressed concerns with the current state of the game in regards to servers due to the fact that it is seemingly unplayable at this point. For those who don't know, the bare minimum to run a first-person shooter is 60 Hz, which Call of Duty does have within their multiplayer, but their Warzone servers have always been on 20 Hz. Some speculate that due to the increased amount of movement and pacing of the game, these 20 Hz servers cannot keep up with what's actually happening in-game. Some of these effects are even being seen by certain people in multiplayer, which has 60 Hz tick rates, which means that the current servers that Call of Duty has are barely able to hang on, even with running at 60 Hz. To put this in perspective, Valorant is currently running their game at 128 Hz. If this is something you want to learn more about, I don't have all the answers, and like I've stated before, I'm not the smartest person in the world, but I will link down in the comment section or down below of this video to Tactical Brit's YouTube page or both of his videos, because the testing and just the knowledge that this man has on these issues and on this issue in particular is amazing. And if you really want to have a deep dive into Call of Duty servers and all the terminologies and why it is that you're dying extremely fast, I would recommend watching his videos 100%. After numerous amounts of posts on how bad Call of Duty servers have gotten and over the countless number of videos that have been posted, Call of Duty recently has just responded by gaslighting their community into believing that it's not so much a server issue, more so that it is a visual blood effect issue, which prompted the community notes on Twitter to catch them out in their own lies. This captured the attention of content creator The Tactical Brit, who began to roast the living hell out of Call of Duty, and even followed up posting a 1 minute long video showing how atrocious the servers actually are and that it's not anything of which COD says inside of their tweet.
Yep. Fucking hit again. Somebody clip that, bro. Somebody. That. You've got to be fucking with me. You've got to be fucking with me. How many am I going to get today? That definitely hit him.
Oh, mate, this guy's got a beamer on him.
Hello? I've just hit him! Game! That is utter bollocks. All those shots should have hit him. One literally gave me blood splatter, and I still didn't get a hit marker. I've just... what?
Gas is closing in.
Whoa, somebody clip that. What the?
Enemy dropping into the AO.
Bro, like, where are my bullets going?
This is a seriously game-breaking issue, and for people who've bought the game for $70, some people bought it for $100, why would they continuously play the game knowing that the state in which the game is currently in is not at what a AAA studio should be producing? Some of you might argue the point that the game just came out and hey, why don't you relax a bit? Why don't you calm down? Give the game time. But this is the same thing that we deal with every single year. And yes, there are other people as well that are saying the same thing about when a new COD comes out. Oh, well, they're overhyped. But again, what more should we expect from a AAA gaming studio except perfection? Or maybe minuscule things here and there, but not game-breaking issues with servers or with anti-cheat. Like, this is the point that I'm trying to get across is Activision is a billion-dollar company, and you guys forget that sometimes. We pay money to these people to play their game every single year just to get garbage back. And it's not how it's supposed to be. That's not how things should work. How long are we supposed to wait for Activision to give us a fully functioning product when it releases? As every single year, it just seems to be more and more of a failure. With cheaters running rampant and SBMM being at the highest that it's ever been, how am I expected to continuously play the game when the servers are doing stupid crap like this to me?
Hostile UAV in the area. Biofan is active. Buy station.
Dude, oh my god, bro. I can't catch a break, dog. Oh. He didn't do that on my screen. Oh, this game's so fucking dumb. He laid down on my screen.
What, he was standing?
And then the kill cam, he's just standing there shooting me. Now, for some of you who didn't catch that, a lot of you would probably say, well, you just got shit on, let it go and deal with it. But it's not even the fact that I got shit on. It's the fact that the fight could have gone either way. And because of that interaction, it was like a 50-50 like coin flip at that point. And again, this goes to show how terrible the servers are. And I will go and show you guys in a slow-mo on my POV and his POV, because I know that a lot of people say that there's a discrepancy between kill cams and what you see in actuality, but this is so big of a discrepancy that it's like, what am I really supposed to believe here? So if we go and we go to 5 times zoom, right, or speed, sorry, I'm already up on the zip. I'm opening the box. This is already after a while of me trying to regain. So, you know, the guy comes up and we're gonna slow it down even further because again, some of you may or may not have caught it. So I start taking shots on the guy. The guy slides behind this piece of cover. I'm jumping back to get behind the same piece of cover on the other side, right? I have 2 plates. I didn't plate up on that one. He probably has full plates, right? I'm getting shot. If you notice right there, this is his head. He lays down. So now he's out of my view, but he's broken, right? And technically I should be getting headshots there. We're not even going to talk about that. We're not even going to talk about that. So he lays down, completely flat on his fucking back, like this, ready to take some fucking back shots or whatever the hell that is, right? Just that, right? And it's just, this is frustrating. This is why I act this way. It's frustrating because I can't, at a certain point, I won't be able to see this character, right? The character model. So I un-ADS. And as you can see, this here, this is a bullet trail. So that tells you where he's shooting, X, Y, Z, blah, 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 blah. Notice this, okay? Maybe you could say, oh, he saw you before you finally completely sat down. Okay, or completely, like, went flat. All right, fine. Understandable. I got hit. He's broken, supposedly. This is a bullet trail. Play more. I'm now getting hit again. Why am I getting hit again? That makes 0 sense. He's completely flat on the ground. He should not be able to see me and or shoot me because he is behind a full piece of cover. And to my knowledge, on Area 99, this reactor area, these AC ducts are not wall bangable, at least from the times that I've played. I don't believe that they are, but I'm getting hit. Why? How? I don't know. Look at this. This is not my trace. This is his trace. This little tiny line here is also his trace. That means that in this game, on my screen, the character is standing straight up. Why? Because it's physically impossible for somebody to be laid down, spread eagle over here, shooting over cover, like right over the very tip of the cover. It's impossible. You can't do it if you're laid down like this. So he's standing up, but the server hasn't caught up to the point on my side where it's like, oh, by the way, the guy's standing straight up, so because you stopped shooting him, you're a moron. And again, he's laid flat on the ground. Why is it that I am at 0 health? Let's continue further. Look who fucking showed up for the party. Pop goes the fucking weasel, am I right? Look at him now. There's the same bullet trails that he had before, and now he's fully on my screen. And if we go, again, I'll play this part kind of full out. I un-ADS, right? Because, again, I can't see him on my screen. I un-ADS. So there's no reason for me to continue the gunfight. My point is now to either rotate around or jump on top or whatever it is to get the shot on the guy. I am not being able to do that because fucking Pop Goes the Weasel is now here. So if we look at that again, and like I said, I'm on 0.25 speed. Look at how fast his character model compared to everything else that's happening in this video pops up. Which, again, makes me believe that the server is so garbage that it's trying its best to catch up, and then now, oh, there's your character, and now you're dead. Which you could have possibly won that battle, but now you're not going to because we're Call of Duty, and we're very lazy when it comes to paying for brand new servers and making sure that the player base is at its best and its happiest, right? So here we go again, right? Nowhere to be found. I'm still getting hit. There's Bullet Trail 1, Bullet Trail 2. Oh, shit. There's Bullet Trail 3, 4, 5, whatever the fuck. Pop Goes the Weasel. Notice how everything else is moving slow except for when he pops up, right? That's a server issue. That means that the server finally caught up and said, oh, he's right here, by the way, right? That's my POV. Let's go to his POV. So here's Salgado, and he zips up, right? Boom, he sees me. He looks the other way for some reason, and then he's getting shot. He's like, oh, crap. I'm getting pooped on right now. Let me slide into cover. Probably get away from this. There's me. Fucking leapfrog. Jumps into the other side, right? But did you see what he's doing? He slides. And his character model gets up. And his character model moves right to left. So there is no lay down animation. There is no, oh, I pressed this button, I laid down, and now whatever. No. This now is a server issue problem. What am I supposed to believe here? Am I supposed to believe his kill cam, or am I supposed to believe my POV? Because the kill cam is supposed to be a recreation of what happened during the fight, right? Sometimes it's accurate, sometimes it's not. But you're talking about an entire animation happening that isn't happening on my screen. Why is that? And again, going back to those whole bullet traces that I told you, you can tell that he's shooting over cover. He's not shooting under. He's not even hitting the cover. So you see the bullets travel. You see him aim. It's shooting over the top of this cover. Why do we have to deal with this? It's a 50-50 coin flip at that point. Because again, like I've said, I could have possibly won this fight. During the character model and everything that happened, right, of him sliding and him whatever, on my screen, I broke his shields. That means there is a very slight chance. I broke it before he broke me. There's a slight chance that I could have won this fight. Now imagine this happening in the middle of a tournament. Or this happening, which I doubt it would, because in LAN tournaments, it's a little bit different. But let's say in a $20,000 tournament for Warzone, this happens. You just lost because of something stupid like this. That's unacceptable. It's extremely unacceptable, and it's so frustrating. This is what that looks like in real life, mind you. Ready? You want to watch this? Now, enough of my rambling. I know this video is way too long, but this is the first time I do something of this like caliber. This is the first time editing this and just doing all this type of stuff. At the end of the day, I just want COD to succeed. I've been playing since Call of Duty 4. Well, really since Call of Duty 2, if you count the days in my computer lab. But I just want the game to flourish. And if Activision continues on being cheap, even though we know they're a billion-dollar company, their game is going to slowly start to depreciate its own value, and it's going to lose all of its players. But I'll make sure to link everybody's, whether it be their stuff or, I mean, I posted it already, or I've edited it within the videos of each part of their clips. But I'll make sure to post, like, if they have YouTube channels and things like that down in the comments or the description. And, yeah, I just, like I said, I appreciate you guys for those who tuned in and like all the way to the end of this video. Again, I rambled a lot, and this is the ending, I promise. This is the first time I do something like this. So if you have any type of like critiques also that maybe you can give me down in the comments, or just, I don't know, some help on how to do this better, or explain things better, or just be a better video, let me know. Like I said, I can take criticism. If you want to bash me, bash me. If you want to uplift me. Just let me know what you guys actually thought. If you enjoyed it and you want to see more, I don't know how many more of these types of videos I'll do, because this thing took me a really long time. But if you could, hit the like button, subscribe if you want to see some more, hit the bell notification to get notified when I am posting some more. And yeah, I just appreciate you guys for tuning in this long, if you did. All right, stay safe.